Hi, everyone. So there's still a few questions going on in my emails and the classes about the gridding process. So just to cover this, hopefully this little video helps. We're going to start off with just a rectangle that's going to symbolize your printed out photograph. Then we are going to start with another rectangle here that just symbolizes your paper that you have. So first, let's just do the easiest possible conversion. This is 24 inches by 18 inches. A lot of times in art, we put the largest number first. This is 48 inches by 36 inches. Okay, so just in case you don't know, this sign equals inches, and this sign equals feet. So this is also 4 feet by 3 feet. Okay. So just a quick little helper there in case you don't know that. So what we're going to do is we're just basically going to begin by, again, doing this the simplest possible way. We're going to divide this vertically and horizontally in half. And then over here, the same thing, vertically and horizontally in half. Okay, so that's a really simple grid process. In this process, basically, we've divided the space that we're going to draw in to quadrants and the photograph we're going to draw into quadrants. So if we look at that, then we could say, okay, so if this is 1 and 2 and A and B, then now this is 1 and 2, A and B. That's not really going to give us a lot of help because a lot of what we're drawing is quite rich in information that we need to capture and expand in our enlargement from the photograph. So a better process would be to, after we have our quadrants, let's go ahead and break that down one more time. Like so. And use your ruler so that you get nice even lines. And one of the most helpful things when you use a ruler that I do is when you have your ruler and here's your ruler. Typically our rulers are going to actually not start right on the end of the ruler as 0, but actually a little bit further in. So then say the ruler is just, let's just be very simple about this. That would be 0, this would be a half, okay, and then this is B1, etc. So this is 0, this is 1/2, and this is 1 inch. So one of the great things you can do, one of the easiest things that you can do to help you get straight lines is when you take your ruler and you line it up like here. Again, it has to be a little bit further, say, than the edge of the paper just because of the 0 mark. And you line up that line for 0 here. Then what you can do is just follow the edge of the paper visually through that line that's printed. And the more times you can do that, you know, where these inches lines, for instance, or half-inch lines line up with lines on the paper that you're drawing or actual physical edges, the straighter your lines will be. Okay, so that's definitely something that you can do to help you to get straight lines. So anytime that I'm trying to draw straight lines, I rarely ever make one mark because they rarely ever stay straight. So Now, if we look at this system that we just set up, then now we have, say, like A, B, C, and D, and here we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we have A, B, C, D. So then if we have on our photograph, we have our head, we come down into the neck, here's our shoulders, say, and then that's going to come down here into the arms, and like here's a hand, and down here, okay, and here's another hand back there, and whatever, there's some buttons, okay. So then what we're going to do then is look at like this. Okay, so the top of the head is at the top of the paper, the bottom of the chin is located in the B row, and about from the halfway point of the 2 column to about halfway point of the 3 column. So then we can say, okay, so there's this, that's going to be the top of the head. This is row B, we're come up. And so again, about halfway through these 2 columns would be the width that we assigned to the chin. Now over here and over here, we can see that this edge of the head is about 1/8 of the way in, and over here, this is about 1/8 of the way in. So then we know that our head will fit in here. Oops, it's a bit narrow. Something like that, okay? Now, we can go down and we can say, okay, so the neck is slightly below this line to the bottom of the neck, okay? And then it crosses here and it crosses here. So if I put a line here and I put a line here, now I can kind of figure out where my neck is going to go. Okay, this should be a bit wider. The difference is that you're seeing the distortion, I think, is simply just the fact that I just sketched all this real quick and didn't measure or anything. So then this line here is going to come down to here, and then over here, that's going to come down over to there. And then this is going to come down and come in contact here. So again, you're looking for these places of contact here, here, here. So like that line there lines up almost to the bottom of the neck, a little bit lower, that's good, do you see? So what you're doing is basically allowing yourself the opportunity to create a map of the space so that you can put into your drawing that which you see in the photograph. Now, most of you aren't going to be able to procure an 18x24 photograph. So again, try to print your picture out at a size that is mostly whole numbers, because that will be really helpful to you to do the conversion. So like here, if we said, okay, here's the center of the head. Okay, there's the center of the head. Okay, and then we had there and there, here and here, here and here, okay, here and here. And then you just build up, build up, build up. Remember, change color so you see, remember to build all layers evenly. So what I mean by that is don't finish this part of the drawing and then try to finish this part of the drawing and then try to finish that part of the drawing. The reason we're using charcoal is because it's really malleable and you can push the charcoal all over the place quite easily. And so like that will help you with the timeline that you have to meet for your drawing. So I hope that this has helped. And again, if you have further questions, you can reach out to me. The process is not really as difficult as it seems. It's, I believe, just simply the fact that it involves math, which, you know, nobody likes. But it makes it hard in our minds until we actually practice it. So one of the things you could do is make a little practice one. You could make something that's 2 inches by 2 inches and something that's 4 inches by 4 inches and practice that way and just check your understanding of the process. Okay, as always, I'm here if you want to reach out, and hopefully this helps with the process.